everybody. It's Friday, September 3rd, 2021. Just down in front of the home. Ready to give you guys a little update on things. So all my sub-trades are finalized. My mechanical and plumbing inspections both passed. Joining the electrical permit as also being finalized. So it's getting closer. Little at a time, guys, a little at a time. Next on the agenda is getting the rot repaired on the back, which I'll go around to the back in a moment. The other thing I gotta get started on is digging the footers for the front porch. I gotta dig a perimeter footing. I'm probably going to have that inspected and then have concrete poured in. So that way the brick mason, when it comes up to do brick underpinning, he can lay brick for the porch. I tell you guys, this has been a project of delays. I mean, the biggest reason why this is taking so long is finding people to do certain tasks or do certain parts of the work. For example, the first plumber I had out wanted over $3,000 to hook up the drain lines, and I was able to get the work done for half as much, but it took some time to get it done. Also, finding people, you're getting people lined up to repair the rim joist in the back. Finally, after two people weren't able to do it, I got someone lined up. He plans to start on next week. It's just, everybody's so busy right now. Everybody's slammed. And I tell you, it's definitely put a delay on this whole thing. So after the rim joist is repaired, then it's the brick underpinning, provided the footer up front is ready to go. And then once that's done, it's decks. And these all may sound like, oh, they're small little things, you can get them done in a week. No, not necessarily. Probably the biggest one is going to be the back deck. And the guy who's going to be doing my rim joist repair might see about having him handle the decks as well, if my neighbor's not able to get to it. The biggest one is going to be this back deck, because a lot of it has to be built from scratch using the wood I have over there. Oh, listen to that. Yeah, guys, we definitely have coyotes around here, but I'm not sure if that was a coyote I heard. But, so, essentially, the back deck is going to be built using wood that came from the back deck that this home had in its former location. It's not going to be as big. It's going to be larger from that door to that door, maybe a little further to the right of that. And I'm going to have like a catwalk on this door here. That's my plan anyway. Now the side porch, it's going to be the screened-in porch over here. Now, chances are most likely that I'm going to be taking that roof off of that screened-in porch, because I just don't know about flashing it into the side of this place with the way the siding is. It's arched. I just don't know, guys. The roof on this thing is just not in the best of condition. Neighbor, if he's able to get to it, he seems to have confidence that this whole thing can be moved back over there in one piece and attached to the home. I'm just not sure about it. You know, I kind of like the screen-in porch, but then again, I kind of like having an open deck on the side. So, because my plan was to eventually cover the front porch. Now, the front porch should be a pretty simple one. It's really attaching. It's reattaching the porch that came with this home. The only difference is it's going to be supported by brick underpinning versus before it was just it didn't have brick underpinning around it. It just had wood skirting on it. But the front porch and the side porch, the side porch, probably the biggest thing is going to be constructing the footers and the legs for it. Because the porch is pretty much there. It's just going to be a matter of building the steps to it and stuff like that. But again, the big one's going to be the back porch. So I've been hanging out over here this evening, burning off some scrap wood. Some people like to slow down here. I don't know what they're up to. But, so yeah, the rim joist, I think I've shown you in previous updates, the rim joist, it's just done through here. And not going to exactly be a cheap fix either, but the quote I was given I think is reasonable. I'm not going to share that one here on video, because the cost of having something like that done will of course vary on your location, depending on the kind of market you're in. I guess we're going to take a quick walk inside. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, got air conditioning. Don't need it right now because it's only like 61 degrees outside. It's nice outside tonight, guys. It got down to, I think my weather station reported 54 for a low this morning. First time it's been this cool since probably late April, early May. Reminds me of the weather back when we were first starting to move this thing. Or better yet, back when we were starting to prep this lot. The old single wide was pulled off and started to prep this lot to have this place moved on. I tell you guys, it's really, I'm ready to be done with this and be back over here. You just have no idea. Feels like my life has been on pause for the past 5 months. Because really, we're just a week away from the 5-month mark from when I moved out of the single wide that was here. I tell you guys, walking in this room, you can tell that rim joist is pretty bad. But that's why I generally don't walk around this area too much. But yeah, that's the thing, guys. This home, of course, was split in half. Moved down the highway with the rim joist like that. But I tell you guys, it's gonna be a nice place. It's definitely gonna be a nice place once it's all done. But it's like, wow, how much longer is it gonna take? Now I know you guys are gonna probably ask in the video, so I guess I better go and clarify a couple of things right now. So, you know, with the home being like it is, it's technically livable. It's got power, it's got water, it's got a septic system, it's got air conditioning. You're probably asking, okay, Nick, why aren't you already moving in? Why aren't you already living here and finishing up the project while you're moved in? Well, technically I can't do that. Shut this door since the neighbor's dog alarm is broken. the dog alarm, as I like to call it, dog next door. The thing is, I can't live here until this project's completed because there's no certificate of occupancy issued just yet. In order to live in a place, the place has to have a valid CO. And even though the place is, well, livable, I can't live here just yet. I can't live here until everything is complete to satisfy the building permit and also the town. So basically, it's the building permit has to be closed out, and then I have to have the ordinance inspection done. And once that ordinance inspection is completed, I should then be issued the CO. In order to in order to pass the final inspection, I have to have decks. I have to have steps on the doors. I have to have ways of ingress and egress. And no, not the temporary stuff like I got on the front and the side right now. It's got to be permanent. Got to have that in order to get the final inspection. Now, in this case, in order to have the decks, got to have the brick underpinning out of the way. Obviously, the mason's not going to have to crawl under a porch or have to deal with meandering around a porch to lay brick. That wouldn't be fun. So, got to have the brick underpinning done. So, it's really those three big things. And I'm really, guys, I'm hoping that the contractor who's going to be doing the rim joist, I really hope he's able to get to it next week, because that's a biggie. Getting that out of the way, and of course getting this footer prepped. Once those items are done, then the place can be brick underpinned. And once the brick underpinning is done, it's all decks. And once the decks are done, then I can request my final inspection. And once the final inspection passes and the building permit closes out, then it's I request the ordinance inspection from the town. And once that completes, as I've mentioned, once that completes, I should be issued the CO, and then I should be able to move right in this place. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say this for those of you who watch me on QQ channel. I definitely want to get back to doing videos, computer related stuff. And I have to say, it's not going to be an overnight kind of thing. I got to get settled in. I got to get my internet access turned on and hooked up. Got to get everything prepped in here. Kind of like a repeat of 2016. For those of you who've been with me since 2016, you may understand. It's quite a process. Matter of fact, now this time, things have been going on. Things have taken a bit longer. See, back in 2016, moved out of my parents' house into the single wide that was here. I started that back in August or September, and I was moved in by October, and I was shooting videos in November. And also, back then I was working part-time, so I wasn't at work as often. Now I work full-time, 5 days a week. So that's also why this home has been taking longer. See, back around May, the place I work at, we went back to full-time, 100% on-site work. So it's been, yeah, the time, and I must say, although, I'm not going to get too much into the whole COVID situation, but if it weren't for the COVID situation shifting a lot of us to working from home, and having, in my situation, my place of work, we went to pretty much full remote for quite a while. And in my position, there simply wasn't much that I could do. So I had lots of spare time, and if it weren't for having that spare time, this never would have happened. I'd still be living in that single wide that was here. Because this whole process, it's time consuming. It's not like you can simply just hire someone to do everything. Now, maybe you can in your location. Maybe you're lucky enough to have companies that do such a thing. And I'm going to talk about this more in a later video once I'm moved in here. I'm going to definitely review the whole thing. For those of you who may be considering taking this journey yourself, upgrading to a nicer but existing double wide. not a brand new one. That's the difference. If I went to Freedom Homes or Clayton Homes and bought a new double wide manufactured home, typically these companies, they handle everything from the site prep, your permits, all that stuff. They generally handle that, to my understanding. One of my neighbors over here back in 2014 got rid of his old single wide and got a nice 4-bedroom double wide over there from Freedom Homes, and it was I think he did some of the work, but I don't think it much involved the house itself. I think Freedom Homes took care of majority of that stuff. So when you have I guess I'll talk a little bit about it now. So when you're getting an existing double wide, in this case like this one here, this is an already existing home, where you're purchasing it off of an existing lot from a private owner. You're handling most of the stuff yourself. You're handling filing for your building permits. You're handling locating a mover to move the thing. You're handling hiring, let's say, a plumber, an HVAC man, electrician, stuff like that. You're handling that yourself. You're scheduling the concrete to be poured for your footers. There's so much you're handling yourself, and it's definitely quite a lot. But anyways, we're almost 17 minutes in. My phone's getting low on charge. Really, I'm just waiting on this fire to die down, and I'm gonna head back over to my parents' place. And like I say, so to wrap this up, I know some of y'all are probably asking, when do you expect to be done with this whole thing? And it's kind of like my previous video where I may have said, I don't know. I cannot give you a date. But I'm hoping to be in here next month. Definitely a far cry from June or July when I was originally thinking I'll be back in this place, but it's definitely taken a while, for sure. I hope soon I'll be able to look out this back door and see a back deck out here. Just little things like that. I hope to see this place finished, because my life has been put on pause for the past several months. Yes. So really, this whole project, even though it really got going in April, this whole project really started in the final week of February. So most of my 2021 has involved this place. Yeah, guys. So anyways, I'm going to step outside. Yeah, my phone's not going to last too much longer if I don't stop this video. So anyways, that's an update on the home. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.